Welcome to another video on this series of data mining using R. Now here we will start a classifier which is decision tree, and then I will show you how to build decision tree, how to select different attributes for decision tree, and then we will implement decision tree using R programming language. To start with, here I have taken an example of a classifier that recognizes whether some fruits are apple or not. It returns true if the fruit is apple. If it returns false, the classifier returns false if the fruit is not apple. Now here in a basket, suppose we have, and these red color heart shape are apple and these two yellow shapes are also apple, but the star shapes and the cross shapes are not apple. So 7 are apple and 4 are not apple in the basket of 11 apples. We want to design a classifier that will return true for apple and false for not apple. Now the question is, what is the attribute that I will select first to judge whether a fruit is apple or not? Is it color, or is it shape, or it may be the weight? Now for the weight part, we cannot assume the weight from the image, so I will just skip to color and shape only. Now if I choose color as the attribute, suppose, then I can see there are 5 red color apple and 2 red color those are not apple. So if I choose red as the true color of an apple, then I will choose 5 apple. I will miss 2 apples which are actually yellow in color, and I will falsely select 2 cross which are not apple. And in case of shape, if I choose shape as the attribute, I will choose 5 apple and I will miss 2, and there is no false selection. So obviously hit ratio is 5/9 in case of color, and shape it is for shape it is 5/7. So obviously if I select shape as the attribute, then I can be more assured of my selection. That is the true idea behind decision tree. Here we will use the algorithm ID3, which will use eventually entropy and information gain here to judge, to select the attributes. So here in this example, as we have used shape as my attribute primarily to judge whether a fruit is an apple or not. So if the shape is of heart shape, and it is, if my answer that the shape is heart shape is true, then I will judge the fruit as apple. Where if it is not true that the shape is not a heart color shape, then we have to take decision like whether the color is red or not, color is yellow or not. If it is not heart shape but the color is yellow, then I have to choose that these are apple, like this. So this looks like a tree like structure, where it's like a binary tree in your data structure, where in every node you have to take decision, and depending upon that decision you are going to different branches. So this kind of tree are known as decision tree. So as we have discussed, what is decision tree? It's a classifier, obviously a supervised technique of learning. So it's a flow like tree structure where internal nodes denotes a test onto an attribute and branches represents an outcome of the test. Now decision tree generation consists of 2 phases. First phase is of tree construction. So all the training example are at the root, and then we partition the example recursively based on selected attributes. That selection of attribute is the main important part, which attribute to select first, as I discussed in the example as well. And then the phase is tree pruning phase, where we have to identify and remove branches that reflect noise or outliers. What is the use of decision tree? It can be used for classification of unknown sample or prediction of unknown sample, prediction of true class of an unknown sample. So first we build the decision tree on known sample, then we can predict the true level of unknown samples. There are the few terminologies that we need to know about decision tree. Is that root node? Root node, it represents the entire population or sample, and this further gets divided into two or more homogeneous sets. So what is homogeneous? Homogeneous means if two samples are equal or same, then those two samples are known as homogeneous. Now there's splitting node, and splitting, it is a process of dividing a node into two or more sub nodes. There are decision node where a decision has to be taken. When a subnode splits into two further subnodes, it is called a decision node, where a decision, either true or false like of decision, you have to take. Leaf node, where the node has no children, are called leaf node. Then we have pruning stage, in which we have to reduce the size of the decision tree by removing the nodes. Those are opposite of, actually it is the opposite process of splitting. Unnecessary nodes we have to remove. Branch or subtree, a subsection of the decision tree is called branch tree. Parent and child node, this is very easy to understand. A node which is divided into subnode is called the parent node, and those subnodes which is divided into is called parent node. We will take an example first. Here is an example where a player takes decision whether to play golf or not based on 4 predicting attributes like outlook of the weather condition, temperature, humidity, and wind condition as well.
So this is the decision he has taken over last 2 weeks, and a determiner now has to make a prediction on the basis of certain weather condition, that whether a player is going to play or not. So what he will do, he will build a decision tree on that. Then he can take decision from the decision tree. Like suppose a certain day has a rainy weather with humidity, high humidity. Then obviously, then if this is the decision tree, weather is rainy and humidity is high, the player is not going to play. So this is the decision the determiner can take. But first he has to build this decision tree. So how to build this decision tree, that we have to study. So there are basically 4 or 5 algorithms to build decision tree. ID3 is one of them, and there are many other algorithms, but we will study only one, ID3 algorithm. And ID3 algorithm uses two parameter for taking decision or splitting. That parameter are entropy and information gain. Basically one parameter is there, information gain, and information gain is computed via entropy. So we need to define or need to know the definition of entropy and information gain to construct a decision tree. It is broadly said as entropy is a measure of turbulence in a system. For example, if we have a set of only one class, say blue, like this, if you have in a urn, if we have 3 blue dots, or sorry, 3 blue balls, then if I pick up one ball from the urn, I can guarantee, I can say with guarantee that it's going to be blue, because only blue balls are there in the urn. So with guarantee we can say that the ball is blue. So this is the then we can say that the urn contains very low entropy, because uncertainty is not there, no uncertainty is there. It is very certain that the ball will be blue, right? So there is no entropy, no entropy is there, or zero entropy we can say. On the other hand, suppose I put some blue with the blue balls, I put some green and some red ball as well. Then if I pick a ball blindly, I cannot know that whether I have picked a blue ball or a green ball or red ball. So there is a probability associated with picking up blue balls, green ball, red ball, like that. So now the system will have higher entropy than the earlier case, because there is uncertainty. So when there is uncertainty, there is entropy. If the uncertainty is high, the entropy will be high as well. If there is no uncertainty, there is 100% prediction guarantee, then it's a lowest entropy or zero. Highest entropy is 1 and lowest entropy is 0. If you see this graph here, this plots the entropy. This is the highest entropy where we have 0.5 probability. Like if we have two classes, if I split it into two classes, then equal entropy is there to be in the left hand side or right hand side. Like if I toss one coin, it can be head, it can be tail in every occasion. So this is called the highest entropy. There is no biasness towards any side of the coin. So this is the highest entropy. How do we calculate entropy? Minus p log p, log base will be 2, minus p log p to the base 2 uh, is the formula for calculating entropy. So like if you have two partition of one data like p1 and p2, this will be minus p1 log p1 minus p2 log p2. That will be the formula for calculating entropy. And this algorithm of making decision tree uses entropy to calculate homogeneity of a sample. So if the sample is completely homogeneous, obviously what will be the entropy? In this case the sample is completely homogeneous in this case. So this is the lowest entropy, that is 0. And if the sample is equally divided, in this case this is the sample is equally divided in two sets, then the entropy is 1. Otherwise the entropy will be in between 0 and 1. This is the formula, minus pi log 2 pi. So I is equal to 1 to c. C is the number of class. Here we have taken an example where we have two class, play golf, either it is yes or no. So what will be the entropy? Play golf is equal to entropy of 9,5 or 5,9, whatever, same value will be there. So entropy 5,9 is nothing but minus 5 by 9 log to 5 by 9. This 5 by 9 is nothing but 0.36. And next term will be this, sorry, 5 by 14. This is 5 by 14, 5 by 5 plus 9, 5 by 14. And the next term will be minus 9 by 14 into log 2 9 by 14. Next term will be minus 9 by 14 log 9 by 14. 9 by 14 is 0.64. So this is the output, minus 0.36 log to 0.36 minus 0.64 log to 0.64. So the output will be 0.94. That is the entropy. Okay, so if we have two attribute to look for while calculating entropy, if we have frequency table of two attributes, then the formula will be like this: E t comma x. T and x are is indicating the table where x are the attributes in the table. So c belongs to x, that is the number of class in an attribute. Pc is the probability of that class, into ec is the entropy of that class. So here we in an example we had play golf and outlook. These are the two attributes. Play golf has two states, yes or no, where output has three states: sunny, overcast and rainy. With if you go by this, then what is the probability that outlook will be sunny? What is the probability that outlook will be overcast? What is the probability that outlook will be rainy? That we need to know. So with this we have to multiply entropy of that class, that is entropy of sunny class, entropy of overcast class, entropy of rainy class. So entropy of sunny class will be, we have already computed 9, sorry, we have not we have done for the total one. So probability of these entropy of these 3 2, that is 3 by 5 log 3 by 5, 2 by 5 log 2 by 5, that is 0.971. Again this now this is an example where we have homogeneous class, that is only yes. In case of overcast, that is it is certain that the golf player will play golf, he will not hold himself back. So there is complete certainty, so the entropy will be 0. So in this case the entropy is 0. Entropy 4 comma 0 is 0. In the third case it will be similar as 3 2. Entropy of 3 2 is entropy of 2 3, same. Exy is equal to Eyx. Okay, so E3 2 is equal to E2 3, so that will be same. So now we have to multiply each and every case with the probability of that category. Like probability of sunny is equal to 5 by 14. Probability of overcast is equal to 4 by 14. Probability of rainy is equal to 5 by 14. So we multiply each and every case 5 by 14 into this, 4 by 14 into this, 5 by 14 into this. So 0.693. This is how we compute entropy using a frequency table of two attributes. If we have two attributes, we have to go like this: probability into the entropy. If you are splitting here like outlook, if you are splitting at outlook, that means we are taking a decision at outlook whether the condition is sunny, whether the condition is overcast, or whether the condition is rainy. Right. So obviously entropy before splitting here at the outlook and entropy after splitting here will not be same. Right. After splitting, the system, the turbulence in the system will be less. So the information gain, or whatever information we gain through splitting, because splitting means we are going to be one step ahead in terms of assurance while predicting, right? Information gain means whatever information we are gaining after splitting, that is how much entropy we are decreasing from that. So it is the decrease in entropy after a data split on an attribute. So obviously the information that we have gained outlook on the basis of outlook, obviously we have gained some information on the basis of outlook. If we are staying in the home and trying to take a decision whether the player is going to play or not, the predictability obviously will be higher than blind decision. So there is the decision that we have taken with a entropy of 0.693. Earlier the entropy was 0.94. So what is the information we have gained? Now the definition of information gain is says that decrease in entropy after a data set has been splitted. That is the information gain. So how much we have decreased? From 0.94 entropy we have decreased to 0.693. So 0.94 minus 0.69, whatever it is, 0.25 like that, that will be the information gain. It is calculated for a split by subtracting the weighted entropies for each branch from the original entropy when the training decision tree has to be made. Now, I'll straight away go to the example. So here it is. So the first step for while building a decision tree is to calculate the entropy of the target. What is the target? Target is the decision attribute. Here in our example, the decision attribute was yes no type. Player is going to play yes or no. That was the decision attribute, and we had calculated that entropy earlier. Here we have calculated that entropy, which is 0.94. Yes no entropy 0.94. That is the entropy of the target. Blind, if we want to take a blind decision, we are going to be going to have an entropy of 0.94. Now the step 2 is the data set is then split on the different attributes, and we have to calculate the information gain. Different attributes ki ache? There are attributes like outlook, temperature, humidity, and windy. These are the 4 attributes in our table we had to begin with, like output, temperature, humidity, and windy. These are the 4 attributes. Now we are going to split the dataset on the basis of these 4 attributes individually, and then we will find entropy of each and every table. Table entropy ki kore ber korte hoy? We know that like this. Now we had already calculated the entropy for outlook table, which was 0.693. Similarly, we will calculate the entropy for temperature table. It will be 0.029. Similarly, for humidity table, it will be 0.152. For windy table, it will be 0.048. So here, sorry, these are the gain of has been shown there. Entropies are not shown. The gain has been shown. You can calculate the entropy eventually like this. You can calculate the entropy. Here we had an entropy of 0.693. You can calculate the entropy for this table, that is temperature table. It will be like, what will be the entropy here? This is 6 and this is 4 again. So now the entropies will be 4 by 4 plus 6 by 14. So 4 by 14, that is the probability, into entropy of this, that is 4 by 14 into entropy, which is minus the 2. So it is equally divided. We know if it is equally divided, what is the entropy of equally divided? The entropy will be 1. So আমরা blindly এখানে 1 লিখে দিতে পারি. We know that if it is equally divided, the entropy is going to be 1. So 4 by 14, that is 1, minus by 14 into minus 4 by 6, right? 4 by 6 log 2 4 by 6. 4 by 6 ln or log 2, sorry, log 2 হবে, ln করা যাবে, log 2 4 by 6. Okay. Similarly, for the last one, it will be 4 by 14 again, 4 by 14 minus 3 by 4 log 3 by 4. So last one will be 4 by 14 into, I'm writing like this one as well, into minus 4 by 6 minus 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 log 3 by 4, like this. So I can do like this as well. So if you calculate this, and then entropy of the playing golf, that is the target class, was 0.94 minus play golf comma outlook was 0.693 we had calculated. So this will be 0.247. That is the information gain for this table. Now if you calculate the information gain for this table, that is temperature table, similarly you have to calculate the entropy for play golf given that temperature. The step 3 is to choose attribute with the largest information gain as the decision attribute. What is the largest information gain? Here this was the largest information gain, 0.247. Among all these 4 tables, 0.247 had the largest information gain. So we will split at outlook, that is 0.247. So this was the step 3 where we choose the attribute with the largest information gain as the decision node, and we divide the dataset by its branches and repeat the same process on each and every branch. So if we divide the dataset depending upon outlook, now this is the dataset it becomes. Now we have splitted the dataset into 3 datasets. We have to reconsider these 3 as individual datasets. Now if you just consider this as the dataset, as an individual dataset, see, outlook is same for all the elements in this dataset. So you can overlook this outlook attribute. What are the remaining attributes? Temperature, humidity, and winding. So you have to recompute information gain for temperature comma play golf, humidity comma play golf, windy comma play golf. Similarly, you have to again split on humidity, temperature, windy, whatever attribute is giving you the best information gain.
So that was the step 3. So step 4a, we define a branch with entropy of 0 as a leaf node. If the entropy is 0, then there is no way further. We do not need to split further. So that is a leaf node. Also, if a branch with entropy more than 0, it needs further splitting. Obviously, then there is further room for split, because we are not decisive when the entropy is more than 0. So for example, in the example we have taken, when we split at outlook, 3 types of outlook are there, like sunny, overcast, and rainy. In case of overcast, the entropy was 0. So play equal to yes was a leaf node in case of overcast. Now if it was sunny, then you have decision to make. Like here, if it is sunny, then you have decision to make, because there are yes, no, both kind of answer for playing golf. Now again you have to split. You split at windy, because windy was the most informative attribute, that is the information gain was maximum in case of windy, and there you have two types of decision again, false and true, and you stop here because obviously here the entropy becomes 0 again. Now in this algorithm is ID3 algorithm, it runs recursively on the non-leaf branches until all data is classified, and here we have finally built a decision tree like this. Now we will move into R to see how the decision tree can be built in R. Now here I will implement decision tree using R. There are two libraries I will use. One library is called party and other one is rpart. Two libraries are self-sufficient to create decision tree. I mean, we can build a decision tree using the party library, or we can build a decision tree with the rpart using rpart library as well. Describe with the same dataset to create how to create a decision tree using party library first. So I'll just take the input dataset here. So here I have the input dataset of 400 observation of 4 variables. This is how the dataset goes. It has admit, GRE, GPA and rank. These 4 are the attributes, where admit is the decision attribute like 0, 1, and GRE, GPA and rank depends upon admit. Now I will see how the decision tree is built using the party library first. C3 is the command to build the decision tree, and it takes argument like admit, which is the decision attribute, and it depends upon all the attributes. So admit is dependent upon all the attributes. You know, dot is used to signify all the attribute. So, and the data, the second attribute is take is data, and it is the input. I have named the data as input. So now I will run this line, and so I have to import this library first, library party, and then I can run this line. So after it runs, a tree, which is a formal class binary tree, has been built. To visualize the tree, I have to plot it. So after I plot, you can find this is the tree, where rank is the first attribute with the highest information gain. So it splits on rank first and then it splits on GPA, and if the rank is greater than 2, straight away a decision with 0 entropy has been taken, and like that again it can be further splitted. If the GPA is greater than 3.4, it has to check whether the rank is less or is equal to 1, or if the rank is greater than 1, then it goes to another section. Now how to describe the lower portion, that is the leaf nodes of this tree. Here, if the black is in the lower side, then it is no. If the black is in the upper side, then it is yes. Like if rank is greater than 2, there is no chance of getting admitted. If the rank is less than 2 and the GPA is less or is equal to 3.4, then there is also no chance. But if the rank is less than 2 and GPA is greater than 3.4, then only you can be admitted. So this is how you can describe this decision tree. This is for the case of party library. We have other library, which is rpart library. Now I will show you how to use rpart library to build the same decision tree. So you have to import the rpart library, and you also have to import the rpart.plot. If you do not have this library like rpart or party library, you have to install them first. Install.packages command to use. Now for rpart library, the command to build the tree is rpart. So similarly, I will use the rpart command with admit being the decision attribute, which depends upon all the attributes. Data is being input. The third attribute that this method takes is the name of the method. Here the method will be a classifier method, so class is the name I will take, and I will run this line, generate a tree called tree1. To plot this tree, now you can see the tree1 has been generated. To plot this tree, the command is rpart.plot. So if you just plot this tree, you will find out here. Now you obviously use a different decision algorithm, that is why the tree is different, and this is how the tree looks like. So obviously this tree has lot more branches, and GPA is the first attribute that it selects to make a branch or split. Obviously this has more depth than the tree in case of party. So in this example, as far this example goes, the party package has developed a better tree than your rpart package. So thanks for watching the video. If you like it, you can subscribe my channel and share it.